Okay, so you guys are horrible people. Okay? And you are just, you're getting into trouble, you're doing all kinds of things you shouldn't be doing. And so what you're trying to do is you're mugging people. You're mugging.
Nice.
And I'm sorry to tell you, you're mugging them. So whenever you see an equation written here, you're going to mug them. And you're going to do your box again. And since the lines are parallel, what do we know about the slope?
It's the same.
It's the same. So I'm going to take the slope off of this guy, and then he's gone. We're not going to use him anymore for anything. So now I need to find a b, and I know my slope is 2. But I have a point that it goes through. Everybody get that? So the point represents an x and a y. And so you're going to put the -5 here, the 2 and the -1 here. You're going to have -5 equals -2 plus b. When we add 2 to both sides, we get -3 equals b. And now we're ready to write our equation. Y equals 2x minus 3. So here, we're going to find the slope. Since it's parallel to this guy, we know the slope is 8/5. We're going to write 8/5 over here and cross this guy out. That's all we need off of that guy is his slope. And now we have y equals 8/5 x plus b, because that's the m, right? And that's the slope. And now we use this guy as an x and a y. So we have -3 is the y equals 8/5 times -5 plus b. -3 equals, you let the math take you there. This is going to be a -8 plus b. You can put it in your calculator. It'll do the work for you. When you add 8 to both sides, you get 5 equals b.
I didn't get it.
Now you're ready to write your equation. Y equals 8/5 x plus 5. All right, so you're going to get the slope off of this guy, and then you're going to cross him out. But in this case, it's perpendicular, which we learned is opposite reciprocal. So I'm going to write the slope over here, and I'm going to turn him into a -4 over 1, because you change the sign and flip it, which equals -4. Does everybody understand where I got the slope as -4? So on the second part of the assignment, you have to find the opposite reciprocal of the slope, and then you cross him out. You don't need that equation anymore. And now you do the same thing you've been doing. So you have y equals mx plus b. We know that the y is 4, the m is -4, and the x is 1. And so we know that b equals 8, because this is, you add 4 to both sides, and b equals 8. So now we're ready to write -4x plus 8. To check it, you can go to your y equals screen and key in that equation there, that perpendicular equation. And then you can go in and put in the second y equals screen the answer you got. And the only thing I warn you about, the parallel ones look parallel. The perpendicular ones, it's kind of like when you're landing a plane, you see it from a perspective of out here. So it doesn't look quite perpendicular, okay? What is the slope of this equation? So these kind of mess kids up. So if the slope up here is -1, that's -1 over 1, right? When I flip it and change the sign, I have 1. The opposite reciprocal of -1 is 1. You understand? Because I have to change the sign, so I have to make it positive and flip it. Okay?
Positive and -x is...
So the opposite reciprocal of -1 is 1. So now we have y equals 1x plus b. And we'll put our x and y in here. 1 equals 1 times 4 plus b. Subtract 4 from both sides. We get a -3 equals b. And we have y equals x minus 3.